Wiggins stops. And a travel for Andrew Wiggins. Defense has been sensational.
Before last season, the debate between Jason Tatum and Andrew Wiggins wouldn't even be a thing. But some people saw their minds get changed recently, and now's the time to cover that debate. So let's dive deeper into who's the better player at this point in time. Is it Jason Tatum or Andrew Wiggins? The first category we're going to be talking about here is stats, beginning with Jason Tatum. Tatum is coming off a season in which he played in 76 games and averaged 26.9 points, 8 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game for the Boston Celtics. Throughout the course of his still pretty young career in the league, Tatum averages 20.9 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. When it comes to his career totals, he's scored 7,640 points, 2,420 rebounds, and 1,106 assists up to this point in time. And finally, Tatum's best season came this past season in 2021. His points, rebounds, and assists per game averages were higher than he's ever had in his previous seasons. Alright, now let's flip over to Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins himself is coming off a strong season. He played 73 games for the Golden State Warriors in a reduced role, and he averaged 17.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game. Throughout the course of his career, he's held averages of 19.3 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. This was over a total of 598 career games, nearly double as many as Tatum. Now, as for his totals, he scored 11,519 points, he grabbed 2,649 rebounds so far, and he's had 1,393 assists. And finally, his best season came in the year that he was traded to the Warriors. He played in 42 games with the Minnesota Timberwolves that year and averaged 22.4 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game. Looking at this category, I gotta say that the stats lean towards Tatum. Wiggins has more career totals due to the increase in games played, but the averages and best seasons favor Tatum more. So I think he takes the stats category in this debate.
Wins.
Next, we're going to cover their head-to-head matchups against one another coming into the 2022 season. These two young stars have competed against one another in 13 games, 7 coming in the regular season and 6 in the post. Tatum and the Celtics won 6 regular season games compared to Wiggins' 1, but Wiggins has controlled the playoffs with 4 wins compared to Tatum's 2. In total, Jason has won 8 out of the 13 matchups against Andrew. Now, when it comes to stats in these games, Tatum just blows Wiggins out of the water. It's not even a competition, really. Tatum averages 20.8 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 4.7 assists, while Wiggins only averages 18.8 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 2.2 assists. All signs in this category point to Tatum taking the head-to-head category in this debate, too.
Wins.
The only swinging factor is that Wiggins beat Tatum in the NBA Finals. Even in those victories, though, Jason was the better player without any shadow of a doubt. The championship is certainly a tough factor to argue against, but Tatum has just been the better player when Wiggins is on the other side.
Wins.
Alright, now we move into career accolades. Some people use this section entirely to decide who the better player is at the end of the day. And we'll start off with Tatum. He's been able to get into 3 All-Star games, he's been named onto 3 All-League squads, and he won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP award. He won 8 weekly awards and 2 monthly awards on top of that. And to top it all off, we've seen Tatum get MVP votes in 2 separate seasons. Now, as for playoff success, he's been able to make it into the NBA Finals once, and he wound up losing that series to the Warriors, of course. Now, flipping over to Wiggins, he started his career by winning the Rookie of the Year award. Of course, that year he also got onto the NBA All-Rookie First Team, and he's won 4 monthly awards on top of that. But the accolades really don't stack up for him outside of these. He was only able to make it into the All-Star game once over his career, and he doesn't currently have any All-League selections outside of that All-Rookie Team appearance. However, he does have that NBA championship under his belt with the Warriors, beating Tatum and the Celtics in 6 games. So if you factor championships as the most important part of this category, then Wiggins steals it.
Wins.
But if you prefer to take all the accolades into account on top of championships, then you gotta give it to Tatum once again. He's been in more All-Star games, had more All-League appearances, more MVP votes, and more weekly and monthly awards. So personally, I feel like Jason wins this category too, but Wiggins makes it pretty close due to that ring on his finger. Moving forward, we're going to talk about their team success now. Tatum has helped the Boston Celtics completely turn their fortune around. In just his rookie season, he pushed the Celtics to 55 wins and an appearance in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They wound up losing in 7 games, but that was just a taste of what's to come. The following season saw them take 49 wins and get into the Eastern Conference semifinals before being eliminated, and then they won 48 games and once again lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, this time to the Miami Heat in 6 games. The year after that was a bit of a decline as they won just 36 games and lost in the first round. Then finally, it was his most recent year when he helped Boston win 51 games and lose in the NBA Finals to the Warriors in 6. I think it's pretty safe to say that Tatum has turned this franchise into a consistent deep playoff threat since he's gotten there. Now, on the other hand, Wiggins didn't change the Minnesota Timberwolves organization much at all. They missed the postseason in each of his first 3 years with the team, and it wasn't until Jimmy Butler got there that they finally won 47 games and made the playoffs, though they lost in the first round to the Houston Rockets in 5 games. They missed the playoffs again when Butler left the team, and did so again the following season after that. It was then that the team traded him to the Golden State Warriors. Now, Golden State missed the playoffs in his first year with the team, but they won the championship right after that. Now, if you're looking at team impact, Tatum is clearly the bigger factor. Wiggins went to a Warriors team that already had Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. Yes, Wiggins had a huge impact, but in regards to team success, he wasn't making any impact as the primary scoring option. Meanwhile, Tatum was leading Boston to the conference finals. Now, before we go diving into this next category, let's give you all a bit of a taste of what these two guys can do on the basketball court. Take a look at some of their best plays coming into the 2022 season, and we'll even sprinkle in some where these two guys were playing against one another.
Celtics with 67 points with 6:45 remaining. Tatum drives down and throws it down! Wow!
4.7 seconds. Gibson's got to get it in. Does. Wiggins drives across midcourt. Andrew lets it fly at the buzzer for the win. Andrew Wiggins banks it in.
Wiggins drives and finishes! Exclamation point from Andrew Wiggins!
Brunson defends, snaps it outside to Wiggins. Goes by Bullock.
Oh! Mamma mia!
Right there by Jason Tatum.
Mamma mia!
At what time is it a good decision to foul?
Now, these two players are known for completely different styles of play. We all know Tatum as a generational kind of forward who puts up points from anywhere on the floor. He also has no issue defending at a high level, and he can completely control the course of a game whenever he locks in. As for Wiggins, he was known to be a pure scoring forward who couldn't really do much else besides that. But since he arrived at Golden State, he's proven to be a stellar defender who can score when given the green light. Both of these guys play the same position, but they've got very different styles of play. Alright, so after all that, who do we think is the winner? Well, after last year, it looked like the argument between Tatum and Wiggins was a lot closer than you might have thought. However, you just can't deny the fact that Tatum is the better player, and we think he wins this debate hands down.
Wins.
He wins practically every single category with better numbers, better head-to-head totals, and a higher consistency of team success. So let us know down below in the comments if you actually think that Wiggins is the better player, or if you agree with our decision.